A week has passed since Beryl moved to the royal capital to teach swordsmanship. Everyone is very obedient and doesn't have any complaints. He often points out the mistakes of his students so they can improve. Although it's only small things, if done well, half a step is enough to determine victory or defeat. After saying that, he turned around and got looked at, so he was a bit embarrassed. Fortunately, he fought drought the other day, so everyone is willing to listen to him now. Karuni then ran up to ask if the teacher had any plans for the afternoon, wanting to take him sightseeing because she noticed Beryl wasn't familiar with the city and had just been going back and forth between here and the inn all week. Drought chimed in that it was a waste since there were tons of fun places in the upper districts. That girl got super excited, told the teacher to trust her, and then ran off to change into a fresh outfit. As for Alucia, she was working with relevant parties at this time. Her superiors also asked if the new instructor could be trusted. Alucia simply replied, "The teacher far exceeded expectations, so don't worry." In her mind, she always thought that if she wanted to become a master swordsman, she shouldn't hold a position like hers, because it would be a waste of time to deal with paperwork like today, for example. But if she didn't do that, she wouldn't be able to bring the teacher here. Remembering the memory from the beginning after her family moved to a peaceful rural area to live, Alucia's parents wanted to learn swordsmanship from Beryl because they had heard of the dojo for a long time. Learning how to protect yourself is necessary in this area. There are almost no knights going back and forth, so there are some dangerous elements. At first, Alucia was quite afraid of strangers. The teacher knew this and greeted her gently to get acquainted. The girl felt the gentleness and became less worried. Alucia's training class that year was full of talented people. Later on, the teacher not only taught swordsmanship but also imparted important experience, and his method was extremely effective for a person with poor physical strength like Alucia. It only took a year to transform herself into a completely new person. Every day they practiced the basic exercises again, but for some reason Alucia never got bored. Her strength improved day by day and she got used to fighting. In particular, she was often praised by the teacher, even for the smallest things. Once, Alucia saw Senior Jandrich hesitate to fight the teacher and didn't understand why. Very quickly, the young man lost. When it was Alucia's turn, she was interested at first, but when she started, she realized how Senior felt when facing Beryl. They couldn't find any weaknesses on the teacher, so they felt nervous. "Alucia, calm the student, attacking at the moment I move slightly is very good." In the following period, their dojo went to other places to interact. It was just practice sparring, so Beryl asked them not to attack from the neck up to avoid danger. Students from both sides were allowed to spar, but the victories were mostly for Beryl's students. Alucia faced a young man who wasn't very happy, realizing that this guy was full of openings. She didn't bother to attack first but let him attack and then retaliated. On the way back, she felt that the victory was too easy. Fighting against another school would help gain more experience. She asked the teacher if their dojo was very strong, to which Beryl denied. Alucia saw the all-win result, so it had to be. Beryl himself also defeated the teacher on the other side. He modestly said that his swordsmanship was just to counter them, so that's why. Sometimes two schools will have one side with more advantages, so it's hard to say who will win, and he wants to focus on what he's aiming for more than winning or losing. Suddenly realizing that she had dropped something, Alucia asked to go back to get it. But when she went to find it, the students on the other side wanted to mess with her. They looked resentful that they had lost to a girl, and tried to attack, but Beryl stood up to block, telling them to learn swordsmanship to defend themselves, not to go around hitting people indiscriminately like that. That guy didn't stop and continued to attack. But was defeated. The master on this side heard the noise and came to see, and scolded the stupid people on his side. "It's just that his students are better than yours, that's all." Declaring that they were no match for Beryl, he even bowed his head to apologize instead. Beryl wasn't bothered by this, and simply took his student home. Although the incident wasn't pleasant, Alucia had a changed perspective. The opposing master even had to acknowledge Beryl's strength, yet he was so modest that he never recognized it himself. Alucia also cried because she let her teacher get hurt. Beryl told her she hadn't done anything wrong, and that he should have accompanied her from the start, so it was better this way. He apologized for leaving an unpleasant memory in Alucia's head. Seeing this, he invited her out for a meal as compensation. At that moment, she knew her tears weren't from fear, but from the overwhelming emotions in her heart. Over the following period, Alucia's combat abilities improved, even threatening the person who had taught her swordsmanship. After succeeding, Beryl gifted her a sword as a graduation present, saying that she was strong enough to protect herself and that he had nothing left to teach her, so this would be their last session. She knew she still wasn't a fraction of the swordsman he was, but she couldn't impose on him forever. After accepting the gift, Alucia wanted to prove how incredibly powerful her teacher's skills were, so she participated in the knight's entrance exam. There, she defeated all of the judges and veteran knights, none of whom could keep up with Alucia's speed, signifying that they were far inferior. She joined the knights with the highest score and dared to guarantee that Beryl's reaction abilities were the ultimate. From that point on, Alucia had another ambition, to bring the holy swordsmanship of their hometown out into the world, so that their talent wouldn't be wasted. To do that, she needed to become a commander and achieve many accomplishments. And after she had everything she needed, 10 years had quickly passed. Holding power and strength in her hands, Alucia finally dared to invite her teacher back to teach. Unexpectedly, Beryl hadn't changed at all. The only thing that had changed was that his skills were even sharper than before. Some might think she was abusing her power, but Alucia wanted her teacher to have a position that was worthy of him in others' eyes. She had prepared everything for that. Back at the training hall, Alucia didn't see Beryl, so she asked Drought. Drought replied, Karuni took the teacher to tour the city. Hearing this, Drought couldn't help but feel jealous of her junior, because she wanted to do the same. It would have been considered an official date. On the other side, the two were strolling around everywhere, but it was mostly Karuni having fun while Beryl wasn't really doing anything. This western district had many places to buy delicious food, so Karuni really enjoyed going there. Beryl thought, an old country bumpkin like me doesn't belong in a lively place like this. Just then, another student came over to greet them. Ficelle was in the same class as Karuni, so they were very close. At first, Beryl didn't even know who she was, and then she suddenly called him teacher, which caught him off guard. Ficelle was a bit sad to be forgotten, but she had changed so much that he didn't recognize her. After seeing the sword that was proof of her completing her training, he remembered she was the cold student from before, but because she was more open now, he had forgotten. 5 years had passed, and Ficelle said she had grown up, and was now a rising star in the magic squad. Beryl was confused. Why did you join them when you're a swordsman? She also needed to buy some magic accessories. She took out a ring and activated fire magic for her old teacher to see. After seeing it, Beryl truly believed she was a mage. Very few people had the talent to be in this profession, proving that Ficelle had worked very hard, and was famous for possessing both swordsmanship and magic skills. Beryl cherished Ficelle quite a bit. So he was a bit sad when she left the training hall, but now he was very proud that he had trained such a talented individual. Just then, a thief snatched something, so Ficelle wanted to show her former teacher what she could do. She activated a spell on her sword, and just like that, she tied up the thief's legs. Karuni then rushed in and successfully apprehended him. Both of them were used to dealing with criminals. Ficelle explained that she had put magic on her sword. He had never thought that someone would apply swordsmanship to magic, so he had to thank Ficelle for bringing him glory. Early the next morning, he woke up early and went for a walk, wanting to do something to avoid being seen as a country bumpkin. At that moment, someone kept following him and calling out to him, but Beryl didn't bother to respond, so the person got annoyed. Turning around, he saw it was a young girl, so Beryl asked if she was lost. In reality, this woman came looking for him with a purpose, because she knew Beryl was Ficelle's swordsmanship teacher. Lucy introduced herself, saying she was Lucy, the commander of the magic squad. The guy thought kids these days like such things, and got scolded, being told that she wasn't joking around, and she might even be older than Beryl himself. He didn't believe it, so she showed him. Lucy then tricked him, saying it would be fun to take a walk with a companion, so she led him elsewhere. After hearing Ficelle talk about her master, she was very interested and said that girl was very eager to meet Beryl again. The sword magic was impeccable, praising the swordsmanship teacher. Beryl modestly said that everything was due to Ficelle's efforts, and he only taught the basics. He even asked if this young girl wanted to learn too. This was exactly what she wanted, so she revealed her purpose. She wanted to spar with the swordsmanship teacher. Fighting a strong opponent would make her stronger. A battle immediately erupted. At first, Beryl thought it was just a friendly joke, but she created a whole bunch of magic spells, threatening him, so he had to draw his sword. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay updated when the channel releases a new video. Thank you.